problem.
Yes!
What you gonna do? 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 What you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the road to WrestleMania. We are in the fast lane for sure. We have finished our final stop, and now we have a straight shot to WrestleMania 33. This is Brian H. Waters, another edition of My Thoughts brought to you by the Wrestling Wrealm. Let's get started. Did you witness what just happened on Monday Night Raw? The Undertaker shows up. Now, last night, Braun Strowman came up short against Roman Reigns. And Roman said, Braun, you got unfinished business? You know where to find me. I'll be at the ring at the end of the night. Strowman's out there, and then here comes the Undertaker. And Strowman just exited the premises. And all of a sudden, here comes the big dog. And he said Braun wanted him. And he said, no disrespect, but this is my yard now. Nothing else had to be said. Boom! Choke slam. I can't wait for this. I know a lot of people, they hard on Roman Reigns. They still haven't forgiven him for winning the Royal Rumble in 2015. You have to, folks. Is he the best wrestler we've ever seen? No. Is he the worst wrestler we've ever seen? No. This is good for him. Him versus Undertaker. And I tell you this, it's setting him up for a monster heel run. If Roman Reigns does what I think he's going to do, and that is leave WrestleMania 33 as the victor over the dead man, oh my goodness, can you imagine the boos, ladies and gentlemen? Oh man, this is exciting. But let's move on. Monday Night Raw. You're listening to the Wrestling Wrealm with Brian H. Waters, where you can find me at Brian H. Waters on Twitter and Instagram and all social media platforms. But you know what? Let's go back to the opening of Raw. As we start off with Chris Jericho coming out there, and he comes out there, if you watch him, he's not shaking any fans' hands, and he's got this look on his face, very Chris Jericho-ish. But then he said, I got best friends, man, and he went to full babyface mode. And this was, of course, after Kevin Owens came out. Jericho wanted an explanation. Owens gave it to him, pretty much told him, look, dude, you was never my best friend. I just needed to find somebody who had been there before, someone who was gullible. And I thought it was the greatest thing, and now we will get the official match between them two for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. And, I talked to my brother, the real Dwayne Allen, which, still waiting for him to come and join. Waiting to hit Wrestling Wrealm Studios. But he brought up a good point. He said, Kevin Owens is going to beat the punk out of Chris Jericho. And it's one of those things where we saw it. I'm glad we got to see them go at it a little bit tonight, but then out of nowhere, here comes Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe gets involved. And people wondering, okay, what's the relationship between Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens? Well, to me, it looks like this is all a Triple H thing. It's all Triple H putting this together. And again, something else, I love it. It's just, it works. It makes total sense. And we saw Sami Zayn come out there, and I know most of us, including myself, are tired of seeing Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens wrestle on Raw. But we saw two matches. Kevin Owens victorious over Sami Zayn. Samoa Joe victorious over Chris Jericho. Even though Jericho had the last laugh, he beat him by countout when he destroyed him, put him in the chokehold. But let's move on. I'm going right in to what's going to be the main event of WrestleMania 33. And that is Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Goldberg, he's coming out there celebrating, and the fans are chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. You know why? They was in Chicago. But then here comes Paul Heyman. Heyman comes out there and he says, and he's coming out, and then Lesnar comes out there, and Lesnar offers to shake his hand. And Goldberg's, he's skeptical. And then Paul Heyman has his way with his words. I'm not going to use the language that he did, but let's just say he used a fighting word that caught Goldberg off guard, had everybody go, ooh, don't believe he just said that. Paul Heyman's great with his words, and what happens? Boom, F5. Now we finally see Goldberg get put down, and this is just a small indication of what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I said this last night on the podcast when I told you what would happen, and I said it's going to happen again. Goldberg is going to get destroyed. I don't see anything else happening. I'm here for it. Are you here for it? If you're not, tweet me at Brian H. Waters and tell me why you're not. But, and I saw, I listened to a lot of people, and some people are generally happy that Goldberg is the WWE Universal Champion. I even showed my son. He's kind of happy. Say he knew it was going to happen, and know he has little superior wrestling intellect as we have here on the Wrestling Wrealm. But it's not a bad thing. I mean, of course, would I've rather seen Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania? You're doggone right. But guess what? Give me Goldberg, give me Brock Lesnar, and I got Brock Lesnar going over, and he will be. I don't even have his count. I think it's 4-time, 5-time Universal Champion, or is the case first-time Universal Champion, but 5-time World Champion or something like that. But now let's move on to, there's a lot that happened on Raw, and I'm not going to get into every single detail, but before I go into the final segment of the night, we have to pay homage to the one, the only, ravishing Rick Rude, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Rick Rude finally getting his just due to get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I, for one, he's just one of those guys. He's just one of those guys that I just wish he was alive, because I would love to hear the stories. I mean, I grew up somebody as a child who liked all the good guys, hated all the bad guys, so I never liked Rick Rude in the flesh, but I always appreciated the wrestling, and I appreciated the matches that he had with the Ultimate Warrior, the match that he had with Ric Flair in WCW, Sting, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So I'm just happy that he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. But now let's transition to the women's match. We saw Bayley come out there, and a lot of people just not liking the way Bayley's title reign has been. But it's very strategic. It's different. She's a baby face, but every time she wins matches, it's been some controversy involved. And tonight, she was even doubting herself again. Like, maybe I'm not the champion. Maybe I shouldn't be out here. And maybe I shouldn't go to WrestleMania. Maybe I didn't earn it. And Mick Foley, of all people, said it best. He said, look, it's WrestleMania. You got to take it any way you can get it. And Sasha comes out. She says, look, Bayley, how about me and you? Let's do it. We talked about this before. Let's have a match. And then Stephanie McMahon, well, of course, Charlotte comes out, pleads her case, and Stephanie McMahon backs up Charlotte. I mean, obviously, Ric Flair, Triple H, Stephanie, Charlotte Flair. Stephanie backs her up and says, you know what? You're going to get your title match. It was in controversy. You're in the match. And so now you're thinking, okay, here we go. Stephanie McMahon versus Sasha Banks. Because after all, Mick Foley kept saying that, Stephanie, you're my boss, but Sasha's the legit boss. Instead, it was a match, one-on-one, Bayley versus Sasha. And, I saw a lot of people talking about that this was not one of their best matches, that there just wasn't no oomph into it. Look, quite frankly, I wasn't paying attention to none of that. I was rooting for Sasha. Got Sasha. We're getting a triple threat match, WrestleMania, for the Women's Championship. Now, what I'm looking forward to is tomorrow on SmackDown, seeing how they top that, because they will. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I just got to know, what do you think about everything? What did you think about The Undertaker coming up? What did you think about Brock Lesnar and Goldberg? What did you think about Sasha Banks Charlotte Flair, Bayley. It's going to be WrestleMania is shaping up to be good, and Raw is bringing it. So you know what that means? SmackDown's going to bring it tomorrow. This is competition. And Vince McMahon said he wanted Stephanie and Shane to compete, and they're getting competition and right in their throats. You gotta love it. This is the best time to be a wrestling fan. I'm telling you, man. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm always loving wrestling. I'm going to be this my second WrestleMania, and I couldn't be more excited. My first one, WrestleMania 28, John Cena versus The Rock, the once in a lifetime, which ended up being twice in a lifetime. Nonetheless, it was still an experience I enjoy. I encourage each and everybody, you're a wrestling fan, please put it on your bucket list to attend a WrestleMania at least once in your life. I've been blessed to be able to go to my second one. But ladies and gentlemen, that will be it right here. Like I said, I appreciate your time. Anything you have to say, please tweet me at Brian H. Waters. Make sure you subscribe to the Wrestling Wrealm on iTunes. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I tell you, guess what? Stay tuned, because I may have special gifts for my listeners. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Till the next time, I'm Brian H. Waters. The Undertaker's back! So long, everybody.